My name is Hayv Kahraman. This is Gut Feelings 2 at the Third Line Gallery in Dubai. This body of work is centered around these entanglements that resemble guts or intestines, or maybe they are neural pathways, but they become sort of tools to look at the neurological and somatic processes of the gut-brain axis and its connection to trauma, ultimately, opening up possibilities for healing and repair. There are 2 points that stood out to me when I was researching neuroscience and the microbiome. The first one was the connection between the germ, being this foreign thing that needs to be eradicated, and our mental health, and specifically our ability to feel joy. So I discovered that there is in parenthesis, a foreign bacteria that lives in our gut that produces about 95% of the hormone serotonin. This then travels via the vagus nerve up to our brain, making us feel happiness and joy. So as somebody who has lived in the margins, been othered and sort of lived with difference my entire life, I found an ally in these so-called germs. And so within this scientific framework, and I'm specifically thinking about the use of language here, the idea of what makes us human becomes untenable, because not only are we relying on these germs to feel, but on a more fundamental level, our bodies are actually made out of, a ratio of 1-to-1 human cells and microbial entities. The other point that I found interesting is that there are various ways for us to heal and repair, and we can do this by increasing the diversity in our microbiome, in our gut. And this is where I started looking at fermented foods. So I started making batches and batches of torshi. Torshi is a Middle Eastern, pickle condiment containing the good kind of bacteria called lactic acids. And we know, this is scientifically proven, that drinking this, as well as, consuming any kind of fermented foods, will actually make us happier. So I found myself knotting these cords or intestines and then freeing them and, trying to find connections. In certain instances, they wrap very tightly around each other and, sometimes they loosen. And it's in this kind of play where I realize that it's not really about, detangling the cords. There is no such thing as this kind of utopian way of, getting unstuck, right? For me, it became more about the process. And, accepting that staying with this kind of trouble actually enables change.